I was thinking to make this video scripted and write down everything I wanted to say, but I wanted to be more vulnerable and raw on the spot. So essentially, I had the honor to be one of the first people to go on this trip because this was a sneak preview before it actually launched. This is my 100% honest review of the Ancient Wonders Contiki tour that I just came back from. I kind of wanted to be like a trip debrief that you have with your best friend. You just give them a full debrief of like all the photos and the stories and the people. That's what we're doing today. First of all, I have to introduce you guys to Contiki. If you haven't heard about Contiki before, they are all about the complete travel experience and traveling together. For each trip, you get a trip manager and a driver for the entire time. They aim for people from 18 to 35. If you're over 35 or if you're not 18 yet, you cannot go on this trip, and that is because they wanted to make a safe space for everybody on the trip. Imagine you go on a group tour, right? And you're like 12. But then somebody over there is like 47. The things that you want to do and the things you want to see, it's gonna be very different. Okay, I just looked it up. They do have reunion trips for 35 to 45-year-olds, but if you're not in that age, you cannot go on this trip. Because I already knew about Contiki and I already knew about the travel style they do. One thing I was worried about was like the partying that I've heard, that it goes wild. There will be people who do go more rogue, but then it is a tour where you decide what you want to do. So if you don't want to go out late at night, you don't have to. No one's forcing you to. I expected a lot of partying, but we actually just had couple drinks, we sat down, we talked a lot. There was one night where we did dance, and that was on a dinner cruise. That was so much fun. We'll get to it. That was my worry before the trip, and obviously the fact that I had to travel alone, and this is my first time as a 24-year-old kind of traveling alone, even though I knew I wasn't gonna be alone the whole time, but I knew nobody there. That was another fear that I had, which was the even bigger one. I was really nervous, and I was telling myself, better do it than not do it and regret it. So that was the mindset I went in with the trip, because I want to travel the world. Like, I want to do things alone. I want to be more independent. I just didn't know how, and I didn't know where to begin. This was a great entrance for me to see what it would be like traveling more alone in a group sense. So let's begin with the trip. That's enough babbles. So, on this Ancient Wonders trip, you will have 10 days and 3 countries. The first one is Rome. The very first thing we did was a walking tour through Rome. I think we all met on the Spanish Steps. That's the first video I took of everybody. We were still strangers then. I think the group you go with is so important. It just made the experience so much more enjoyable. The fact that everybody got along and there was no drama. It was a short amount of time, so how could we cause drama in 10 days, you know? And we walked down to the Trevi Fountain. We threw the coins over our shoulders. We also got espresso and gelato, of course, because when in Rome, there's me and my little cute fit. And we went to see the Colosseum that day too. This is us in front of the Colosseum. I actually learned so much historical facts about Rome. Also, a lot of the meals are included. For this one specifically, 9 breakfasts and 3 dinners are included, but everything else you can kind of decide where you want to go or who you want to go with. I think it's great to stay in a group. You're here for a group tour, you're here to make new friends, so I think we ended up having a meal with each other for the whole time. It was fun. Also, it's maximum 24 people per trip, so it's not a massive tour group. It's quite personal, and you get to learn about everybody and meet everybody on a personal level. I'm gonna pronounce this so wrong. The first dinner we had was dinner at La Trattoria degli Amici, which was a really sweet experience because it's served at a local restaurant working to train and provide jobs for members of the community with disabilities. So I think that was such a beautiful moment. Everyone was super lovely and it was a great dinner. That was day 1. Day 2, we walked around the Roman Forum with the local guide. Our local guide was so sweet. He was so knowledgeable with everything as well. Any questions we had, he was just like bam, 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 which was very cool. This is our guide, and he was explaining to us this location has just been opened to the public very recently. So we were able to see firsthand like the new location Aw, I miss my group. Look at them. It's Sean, Charisse, Aaron, me, and Max, our photographer. Ah, I miss them. And next, we all went out for lunch and we decided to get pizza, of course. We shared a pizza each, so our pizzas looked like this at the start, right? But then, we all shared a piece and now we all had colorful pizzas and we were able to share it with everyone and try something new. I forgot to mention, we did a pasta cooking class. It was honestly so much fun and I learned that making pasta from scratch is actually not too difficult. And also, that was my work. I was pretty proud of it. I thought it looked pretty neat. And our chef, Marco, he said I was talented. He actually said that. I'm not making it up. Moving on from Rome, we headed to Greece, Athens. As soon as we got to Greece, as soon as we started exploring around, I was just so mesmerized and surprised and just stunned by how different the architecture and the people and the environment and the vibe overall was compared to Rome. Like, we only flew maybe like something like 4 or 3 hours into Greece, but as soon as we landed, it was a whole different country. And I know it is a whole different country, but in Australia, we fly 4 hours, it's still Sydney. So it's just so cool that these countries are very next to each other with a whole different cultural background. I know it's not surprising to many people. I know that's normal, but for Aussies, come on, back me up. That's cool, right? So the days you're actually traveling from one country to the other, you actually don't have too many activities that day because although the flight times are short, like you gotta get to the airport, you gotta pack it, like you gotta check in and then get your stuff, get to the hotel. It's a busy day, but we were able to explore the place a bit. And this is one thing you have to keep in mind for this Contiki tour, especially since it is packed in 10 days. You're not gonna be able to experience the country like deeply. So I think this is a great introduction for people who haven't been to Europe before and they just want to tick the locations off. But Greek food, I still haven't learned how to say it yet. Slovaski. I think how you say Slovaski. Greek food was top of my list. I honestly thought it would be Rome because I love Italy, and Italy, I've said this before, has such a special place in my heart. I fell in love the first time I went, and I love pasta, I love pizza, I love everything in Italy, but I don't know. Food we had in Athens, it topped everything off. And I still remember the first time I laid my eyes on the Acropolis. I think this was the first time I took a photo of it. But the first time I laid my eyes on it, it wowed me. I'm a huge fan of architecture. It was kind of similar to the moment I saw the Edinburgh Castle in Scotland. When I saw it the first time, I was just so stunned by the beauty of it. It was the same kind of feeling. So in Greece, you will go do a food tour. Okay, so the food tour and the pasta making class, that's actually an add-on. So add-ons are the things you can choose to do if you want to, or those can be your free time where you can decide whatever you want to do. Those events that you have for certain nights aren't included, so you have to pay on top of the fee that you are paying already. I recommend both, but you know me, I'm a huge foodie. So the walking food tour was just so good. Our local guide would take us to these little hidden gems on like literally the corner of the street that we would have never chosen for ourselves, and we ate so much good food. So I highly recommend both, but if you had to choose one out of those, I would choose the food tour. But Marco was such a person. No, choose both. Can't decide. I'm being so honest. This is where I first tried a Greek pie.
This is the spinach.
Pork.
Spinach?
Spinach?
I don't know what was in that pie, but Sean and I had one brain cell and we were sharing it. We had so much fun, the whole group vibe. This is me scolding Jono.
Come on, Jono, we gave you so much fun.
Way behind.
everyone was just waiting for him to get his food ready, but it was just so much fun. And one of, I think, our core memories is dancing on the street with the live music. Our local tour guide was showing us how to do a traditional dance. Look how beautiful the street was. It was just such a fun experience. And I feel like this is the first moment where we're like, wow, we've bonded as a group. That's us learning how to do the dance. Sean showed us how to do the Irish dance. I can't do that. I didn't even try. But look how much food we just had. It was food after food. I did a whole video on this too, so check out my page. We got these donuts, fried donuts. They were so good too. Oh, this is me learning to say lukuma, which is the fried donut. Lukuma? I think it was lukumas or something like that. And that was a really cute night too. We finished the day, actually all headed to a bar, and then we headed back home whenever we wanted to. So I'm so sad going through all these photos right now. I would give anything to go back to that trip. Ah, man, that was a good trip. Also, my tour can look slightly different to yours since you have more activities actually on your days. Anyways, we also visited, I forgot what day it is. We're still in Greece, but I don't know what day it is. We went to see the Acropolis, and that's Sierra and me were looking out. Very beautiful. It was just a vibe. We're just all vibing. That's Sierra and Lauren. We took a lot of content here. We took a lot of photos. It was just so beautiful. Oh, okay. We looked at a couple more monuments and we went to this restaurant. The one thing I wanted to do in Greece is get seafood because I just heard, Greece has the best seafood, and I think people are right. Greece has amazing seafood. We ordered so much food here. I will never get over this salad, they called it, but it was fish roll creamy dip. This with bread and onions. We had the smoked mackerel. We had ceviche. We had this, what was it? I don't know, this prawn. Oh, and squid and octopus. But the winner was this. Sea bass, grilled sea bass. I'm not the biggest fan of grilled seafood because I like raw seafood. I like my fish fresh from the ocean into my mouth. Grilled fish, like especially grilled whitefish, tastes like any other grilled whitefish. This sea bass was so juicy and it was so soft. Everyone said this meal was the best meal they had. So if you get a chance to, definitely try seafood when you get to Greece. We also got some really good sunset photos that day. Look at me, sunset. That's Sierra and me down at the pool, and we're looking at the sunset. We went out for dinner as a group. Oh, okay. This is why Greek food, I say, was the best. I ordered these mushrooms. I'm pretty sure they're called lion mane or oyster blade. Is one of the mushrooms. In the photo, it doesn't look that appetizing, but I am drooling right now looking at that photo because it was the best mushrooms I've ever had. I miss it. It had the charcoaly, like open fire taste, and it was so juicy, and I don't know what the sauce was, but the sauce was so perfect. If anyone knows what this dish is called in Greece, please let me know the recipe and what mushroom it is. Greece, I love you. Man, Athens, you had good food, and it was good vibes. After that, we decided we wanted to check out this hidden bar. It was really cool. It was it was a very small bar, but it was one of those underground, hidden, only locals know kind of vibe. And this is where you might have seen my video where I learned how to split the G. That was a really fun game. Oh, that's such a fun night. And everyone kind of went home, but Sierra and Jono still wanted to check out another place. It was pretty early in the night, and they were saying, we're never gonna be here ever again in Greece together. So I was like, okay, we need to go. And this bar actually had a beautiful view of the Acropolis. I keep messing that word, but it had a beautiful view. That was Greece. Next, Cairo. If food was the best at Greece, and Italy is just Italy, it's beautiful. But Cairo, I think, just was cherry on top. Seeing the pyramids for the first time, I've been dreaming to go to Egypt, but I thought I would never get to Egypt. It was just, I just wanted to, but I never thought I would actually see the pyramids and the Sphinx in real life with my own two eyes. And it's one of those things that you know that exists, those things you learn about in school. You learn about the Colosseum, you learn about Mount Everest, you learn about Egypt, you learn about pyramids. So you know it exists, but once you see it with your own two eyes, you're like, wow, it is real, and it is just grand. It is huge. The pyramids, apparently one stone, this is what I learned on the trip, the one stone they have used for the pyramid, that is my height, like 160 centimeters. To be able to see pyramids of Giza at the end of the trip, it was just so well planned out. Went from Rome, Athens to Cairo. The schedule just worked. And I've literally made it my personality that I went to Egypt for the last couple of weeks I've been back home. It was beautiful. We woke up quite early to see the pyramids before it got busy again. That's also another thing I did want to mention. If you're more of a vacay type when you're traveling, yeah, it's not gonna be smooth sailing because it is definitely go, go, go. It is jam-packed. Just so many activities and things you gotta do in a short amount of time. So if you're a vacay person, just go with the expectation that it's gonna be busy. It's not gonna be vacay, sit by the pool. You do have some time, but overall, the trip is not gonna be just chill. Look how small I am compared to the pyramids. You can go inside, and we went inside the biggest one. It was still pretty tight. A lot of the times when we were going up, we had to like bend down. This is me like bent down, walking up. Like, it was a pretty tight space. Oh, and then you go up this open space too, into the tomb area. This is a funny photo because we were standing in front of the tomb and we're like, okay, group photo, everybody in front of it. But then you can't see the actual tomb because we're all covering it. So we just look like we're just standing in a very dark room. You can't see it. Let's sit down to see if we can see the tomb. But then again, you can't see it again. Doing a cute walk. And Jono tripped. Of course Jono tripped. There's Erin and me being cute. It was so cute because she was in this beautiful white dress and I was in a beautiful black dress and I had a big white ribbon in my hair, so our outfits really went well. But also my outfit went well with Sean because he was wearing red and my hair was red and he was wearing black and I was wearing black. So I feel like all our outfits matched everyone because also Fish was wearing this beautiful, where is it? Where's Fish? Look at the dress she was wearing. Our colors just matched so well. It was just aesthetic wise, Cairo, you had it all. This was Sean's scarf and he said I should try to get this shot as well. And I'm so happy with this video. It's probably one of my favorite videos I took of myself this year. We checked out this jewelry shop. Apparently it's like replicas of the ancient Egyptian jewelry. So that's all handmade Egyptian gold. It was really cool. So if you love gold and if you like investing in gold, that would be a good place to do so. I bought a nice scarf and it was actually pretty cheap for pashima material. And obviously the food, Egyptian food, this was my first time trying Egyptian food, but everything was a familiar taste. I thought I'd be surprised by or kind of not used to this fragrances that they use, but honestly, I loved it. It was very easy to eat. Like it wasn't fragrances I wasn't used to. And of course, we went to the Grand Egyptian Museum, which actually hasn't been open to the public yet. It's been planned to be opened like late 2024 or next year. We got access to first entry, which was really cool. It was still empty inside. The one thing though, like we weren't able to look around, obviously, because the museum was not open. It was this one location we could stay in, but it was still such a cool experience. I really want to go back when the full thing opens because it's gonna be, like the name, grand. The last thing we did was go down the river cruise on the Nile. I can't believe I went to the Nile. I just hear about the Nile and I know about the Nile because Moses went down the Nile in the Bible, so I know about the Nile. And the fact that I went to the Nile, it was so cool. It's a Nile cruise with a buffet dinner. This is also an additional price to it. One thing though about this cruise is it's very loud. There's a lot of things happening. There's belly dances, there's traditional dances, there's like saxophone player, drummer. It is loud. So it's not a just sit down and eat. It's a dinner cruise show with a buffet. The food from memory is alright. It's a buffet. I'm not the biggest fan of buffet. But the shows were incredible. Like, look at that. Highly recommend if you do go on this buffet dinner is dance. I don't know how to belly dance, okay? I don't know how to dance, period. We were the most engaged audience, so the people on the stage, they would just bring us up on the stage to dance with them. They had so much fun. We had so much fun. Some people, I think, found it a bit too loud because they would kind of go upstairs or outside where you can see the water. I recommend that once it gets too loud. But we really enjoyed it and we made the most out of it and we were dancing. You will see me right now trying to do a belly dance. I felt great. I had so much fun. Just because you don't know how to belly dance it shouldn't stop you from doing belly dancing. So, did I embarrass myself? Probably. And I'm never gonna see those strangers again. So why not? Dance your heart out. It's not bad dancing, hurt nobody. That was the last night. And we came back to the hotel. We had our goodbye drinks, we had our goodbye chats. I have a 10-minute video of all of us hugging, crying, saying goodbye. To summarize, I've never been on a trip like this before. I never put myself out there like this before either, but I knew I wanted to, and I will probably again in the future. If time allows, I will definitely go back to a Contiki trip. I think it's worth every penny, and honestly it's what you make it out to be. I decided I want to make friends and I want to experience culture. I want to experience new things, and everything I wanted out of the trip I got at the end. You know, I learned about history. I saw parts of the world I never thought I would. I made friends that I'm still in contact with now. After the trip, I got the travel bug again, and seeing people so enthusiastic about traveling and seeing the world, I think I was very inspired to do that also. I'm gonna miss everybody. I already miss everybody. I don't cry in front of the camera that often. It was my first time crying because a few hours ago, like I was with everybody, and then now I was coming back home at the airport alone, and that's when it really hit, like, oh, this trip has come to an end, and that's when I teared up a bit. Like, life is so beautiful. Relationships you make is so beautiful that I was able to become friends with these people all around the world and make a deep enough connection that I actually cried saying goodbye to. Like, obviously it was sad and it hurt, but it was so worth it for the relationship that I gained and the memories that I made on the trip. I'll do it again. We have such a short time on this earth. I want to be responsible. I want to be a good person. I want to be a good adult. But I also want to enjoy my life. I just had an epiphany after this trip. I want to explore the world. If you feel like me, if you want that little push out into the unknown, that's a bit scary and uncomfortable, but it's fun and it's worth it. I would definitely recommend that you have a look into this trip. I know this is an advertisement, so a lot of the times it could feel like it's forced, but If you know me, my face, I don't hide it. I don't hide my emotions on my face, especially when I have bad food. And I don't have a bad taste on this one. But also, I'll put my code and my link in the bio, so you can get a bit of a discount using my code. If you want to use it and want to book this trip, you can definitely use my code. And on that note, thank you for listening to me yap about my trip for the past hour. I don't know how long I've been talking for. I could keep going, but that's it for this video. Please please leave a comment on what country you really want to explore. I'll see you guys in the next video.